Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 17, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, taxi operator shot dead in Manchester. Police are probing the shooting death of a taxi operator whose body was found slumped in a vehicle at Knockpatrick in Manchester on Friday morning. Relatives identified the deceased as Cleon Hines, 52, otherwise called Billy. Preliminary reports are that in the wee hours, passers-by saw the vehicle parked on the main road and upon close observation saw the man's body inside. The police were alerted and the scene was cordoned off in the vicinity of Chores Street. This resulted in traffic being diverted through Newport and other routes. The taxi operator's mother said she became worried when he didn't return home last night.
The shop looked like Billy. The car looked like him, we don't know. And then he called me and asked me and I said, no, I don't see him come in last night. But I called his phone 2 times, 2 different phones, and I did not get him. And everybody keep calling and they're not getting him. Until somebody called and asked, tell us the license plate number. And his girlfriend will call and asked her the license plate number, and she said it was the same thing, so we just drive out and come.
And when you came, what did you see?
Just the police here tell me that we can't go over there, and he asked me who is we to him, and I said my son, and she said brother and the other brother, so it's on the other brother alone got over there.
So what you think is happening?
They said it looked like it's robbery. So I don't know. Because he ever drive alone when he come in that hours, because every night 12 o'clock he reach home.
Elderly St. Catherine man charged for killing wife dies in jail. Cecil MacDonald, the senior citizen who was charged with the murder of his wife Yvette, has died. News of his death was revealed on Thursday at the discontinuation of the case in the St. Catherine Parish Court. The 79-year-old retired butcher of Azar Lane, Bogwalk, St. Catherine, reportedly suffered from multiple ailments and died last week while in police custody. It was alleged that about 2 a.m. on April 15, MacDonald chopped his 72-year-old wife, a retired nurse, to death while they were at home. She reportedly went to use the bathroom when she was attacked by her husband. MacDonald was arrested by the Buckwalk police and later charged with murder and assault at common law. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica says that the tropical storm watch for the island could be lifted later this afternoon, as the chance of tropical cyclone development appears to be decreasing. In its latest bulletin, the Met Service said the center of the system is expected to move across the island later today and that a tropical storm watch remains in effect. This means that tropical storm conditions continue to pose a possible threat to Jamaica. It said a flash flood warning is also in effect for low-lying and flood-prone areas of southern and eastern parishes, including Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine, Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Thomas, Portland, and St. Mary. A flash flood watch also remains in place for other low-lying and flood-prone areas of the island. At 10 a.m., potential tropical cyclone number 22 was about 123 kilometers southwest of Negril Point, or 250 kilometers west-southwest of Kingston. The Met Service said the system is also expected to move over southeastern Cuba, the southeastern Bahamas, and the Turks and Caicos Islands on Saturday, as the large area of disturbed weather looms in the vicinity of Jamaica on Friday. The system is moving towards the northeast near 22 km per hour, and an additional acceleration toward the northeast is expected through the weekend. Maximum sustained winds are near 55 km per hour with higher gusts. Some slight strengthening is possible during the next couple of days. The Met Service said the poorly organized system continues to be a significant rainfall producer, and the flooding is expected to continue, mainly over southern and eastern parishes today and tonight. Landslides should also be expected as a result. All small craft operators, including fishers from the Keys and the Banks, are advised to remain in safe harbor until all warning messages have been lifted and wind and sea conditions have returned to normal. The Met Service said it will continue to monitor the progress of the system, and all interests are encouraged to pay special attention to further releases. Magua Gorge closed, the other roads are blocked. The Magua Gorge in St. Catherine has been closed. The National Works Agency says the water is at a critical level and will cover the flat bridge. Motorists are being urged not to attempt to use the road through the gorge at this time. In addition, the main road between Fellowship and Berrydale near Rock Hill, Portland is blocked by a tree. The NWA says it is mobilizing to have it reopened as soon as possible. There are also reports of landslides and flooding along several roadways in St. Thomas. The Port Morant to Golden Grove Main Road is blocked by a landslide near Chapel Hill Road. Motorists are advised to use a Market Road. There are minor landslides along the Mahogany Vale to Hagley Gap Main Road, reducing the road to single-lane traffic. The police are also advising motorists to avoid using Hordley Crossing, which is impossible due to flooding. Several people were stranded in the area since Thursday night. The Mavis Bank to Gordontown Road in St. Andrew is also impassable. In St. Mary, the NWA says rocks are impacting the main road from Oracabessa to Little Bay. The agency is urging people to exercise extreme caution as there is a strong possibility for further rock falls. Stranded St. Thomas residents airlifted to shelter. A team from the Jamaica Defense Force airlifted the more than 20 people who were left stranded at Hordley Crossing in St. Thomas since Thursday due to the Plantain Garden River being in spate. They were taken to the Wheelerfield Community Center. The main road in that community is also now impassable. The persons airlifted were traveling in 9 vehicles when they became stranded. Teams from the police and the fire department attempted to rescue them, but this was aborted after the floodwaters began to rise. The police are advising motorists to avoid using the area. Residents of Mount Vernon Gap, also in St. Thomas, are now marooned following a breakaway that occurred overnight. There were also breakaways in the area last month and in 2020. Counsel for the Cedar Valley Division, Marsha Francis, says what was left of the road has been destroyed. Ms. Francis says there is an alternative route that pedestrians can access, but they must do so with care. She says the technical team from the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation will assess the situation as soon as it is safe to visit the community. 2 employees of Cannabis company face drug trafficking charges. The narcotics police have arrested and charged 2 employees of a licensed cannabis company on suspicion of drug trafficking. The 2 26-year-old Romaria Brown of Steertown and the 19-year-old Hadia Valentine of St. Dacre, both in St. Anne, were charged on Wednesday following an anti-narcotics operation in Junction St. Elizabeth on Tuesday. The cops say they seized more than 6 pounds of ganja from the 2 men. The Narcotics Division reported that at 11:50 a.m., both individuals arrived at a licensed cannabis facility in Junction to purchase cannabis on behalf of the dispensary. Upon inspection of the designated transport vehicle, 6 pounds of illegal ganja was discovered inside. The police were summoned and the 2 detained.
Yeah, we believe that this was an attempt to commingle the illegal marijuana with the legal one. So we are warning all licensed cannabis dispensaries not to engage in this practice, as you run the risk of losing your license as well as to be charged for breaches of the Dangerous Drugs Act.
Woman charged after stoning police station and the JN Bank in St. Anne. A woman accused of throwing stones and destroying a section of the Otorius police station in St. Anne on Friday morning has been arrested and charged. Kenisha Alicia Brown, 44, from Glendevon, St. James, was also accused of throwing stones and destroying sections of the Jamaica National Bank in Otorius on 2 separate occasions. Brown has been charged with malicious destruction of property. She is to appear in the St. Anne Parish Court later Friday, the news was informed. It was reported that around 5 a.m., Brown, who is said to be schizophrenic, went onto the Otorius police station compound, picked up a concrete block, and flung it into the glass panel door of the reception area. It was further reported that she then used the smaller stones to break 2 other glass panels. Police on duty immediately accosted Brown and interviewed her. During the interview, she reportedly told the cops that a voice in her head was telling her to kill herself and to kill other people. Following investigations, Brown was fingered as the person who flung stones in the JN Bank on Sunday, November 12, 2023, and Thursday, November 16, 2023.
Audio